Speed Resto Shop crew just finished up the complete restoration of this very cool and very sinister 1964 Chevy C10 pickup. And today we're out taking it for a little joyride before we give it back to the customer.
So the customer bought a 64 Chevy truck. It was this terrible shade of salmon and black, had some very dated modifications to it. It had a tired small block in it, automatic transmission, some hacked up suspension to get it lowered. And basically he said, want to have a nicer truck, want to be reliable, fuel injected, LS power, and I want it to be flat black. And kind of took it from there. Fortunately with the Chevy pickup trucks, there's a lot of aftermarket parts available, and these trucks are independent suspension from the factory, so you're part of the way there with making something handle reliably. We did a basic disc brake conversion using ball joints from a newer Chevy truck and some drop spindles. Did standard drop springs in the back, did a mini C-notch in the frame so we didn't have an axle clearance problem. In total, we lowered the truck about 6 inches in the front and 5 in the back. We opted to go with an L92, which originally was home in an 07 Cadillac Escalade, but it has a cool feature called variable valve timing, where the ECM is capable of phasing the cam to change where the power hits. So you can have a milder cam and get more horsepower, more torque to move a heavy thing like an Escalade, or in this case our 64 Chevy truck. To control this, we actually went to Mast Motorsports. They make a camshaft and controller package that's tuned and ready to go. Their camshaft is dyno proven to be about 525 at the motor. More than enough to get this truck down the road. We painted the LS motor in Chevrolet orange to kind of keep it looking somewhat correct. As far as getting the LS engine to fit in the 64 Chevy truck, we used some generic LS adapter mounts, and we used everything that Holley offers for LS retrofits. We used their oil pan, their accessory drive, and a set of their Hooker exhaust manifolds because they fit really neatly in the 64's frame. For the transmission, we determined with the owner's needs that a 4L60 properly built to handle the horsepower would be ideal. The 4L60 is a 4-speed automatic with the 4th gear being an overdrive. We went to TCI and bought one of their Street Fighter 4L60 transmissions and their Easy TCU management system. The unfortunate thing about restoring a truck is it's a truck. People used these, abused them, didn't take good care of them, and this truck was no exception. We stripped the paint, found a ton of rust, poorly repaired, did a lot of metal work, a lot of custom fabrication because things aren't available, and then we sent it off to the body and paint shop for a special treatment just to get satin black paint.
The C10 was basically a single stage black 2-part component. You have to make sure everything is very clean because you cannot buff it, and any dirt that ends up in the final product is going to be there forever. So you just have to be very clean and ready for the paint job. I think the truck looks great. If it was mine, I would definitely drive it every day. Love it.
Inside the truck is basically stock. We had the original gauge cluster rebuilt. We used a Dakota Digital speedometer controller, which runs a mechanical speedometer with an electronic signal to cooperate with our 4L60. We stripped the cover off of the seat and cut the framework for the headrests off and took it to our local interior shop, and he did a custom leather wrap in a correct pattern for the truck. We actually were able to find a original AC center duct for this truck, which went in place of the ashtray. We modified the back of it to accept vintage air ducts, and we used a vintage air kit designed for the truck and made a custom panel to use vintage air's streamlined controller, make it look a little nicer. Driving this truck is a lot of fun. The Mast Motorsports cam is somewhat aggressive. It's got a low P idle. That coupled with the loud exhaust, you know there's something going on with it. But it's perfectly drivable. It doesn't surge. Power's there whenever you want it, whether you're at idle, full throttle. But you definitely have to hang on, because if you get on it from a stop, it's nothing but tire smoke.